Happy Friday and welcome to episode 107. And I am surrounded by horrible light, so I broke my own rule, never using virtual backgrounds. I'm using a virtual background today. But I'm joined by another splash of color. Good afternoon, Maddie. How are you doing?
Hi, Rick. Hello, everyone. I am doing good. I'm happy to have so much color around us today. It's the color day, as you said it.
It is. It is.
But yeah, I am doing good. And as I mentioned previously, I'm working on really exciting projects for the community. And I was super excited as well that last week we had our VUG and thematic groups leader call after so long time. That was really good. It was so good to see so many of the leaders in the call, and a lot of really interesting conversation around new initiatives. So yeah, that's really great. But how are you? Where are you today?
Well, I'm in, excuse me, I'm in a hotel room that has horrible light. So the only way I could get myself to look okay and not like this weird Darth Rick situation. Actually, the virtual background does pretty good with my hands. I'm in South Florida. We're getting ready to do some studio work, special studio work, but yeah, I'm doing okay. It's nice and early, and it's so dark here that like I said, I couldn't even get this hotel room to light up right. But you've got like the light coming in on your side there, so it's funny because a lot of times we record. My go-to time would be 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern, which is really getting late in the winter for Maddie with the light. But now she's right in the middle of the day, and my son hasn't even come up yet here in South Florida. So, but I'm doing good, really busy. That VUG leaders call was actually really good because there were some new people, right? It wasn't just the same people that we know from, from the Veeam 100, but no, that was a good call. We need 2 hours next time though.
Yes, definitely. Well, I think it took very long time because we had introductions as well. As you said, there are some new VUG leaders. Like in 2022, we worked on that to bring more new people leading those VUGs. So it is normal, but I think next time is gonna just be better in that sense. We're gonna dedicate all that time talking about initiatives and no more introductions.
Yeah, indeed. Uh, Good news for everyone. We did not break the rule, but we do have a lot this time. And I did not do the who's new. So I just, with the travel, I'll catch up next week on that. But we will take a look at what's happened in the community. And first up is Wolfgang with a whole bunch of really cool what else is new with V12 session topics. And what caught your eye on this, Maddie?
Well, you know that we all love this series about what's new in V12, and I believe that Wolfgang plans to have 12 of these episodes before the launch. So let's see if he's going to get to that number. This time he talks about some features that comes handy for administrators. He's talking about the modern authentication for mail notifications, which is my favorite, because with V12, you can add Microsoft 365 and Google Gmail for mail notifications. So this is really good. This is really at hand. And then he talks about more intuitive add storage dialog, and it seems like all vendors are listed in this scrollable list. And then the last one he's talking about is the new default with new repositories. So yeah, which one is your favorite?
Oh, this is tricky. So I would say the modern auth email. This is actually really a big deal because you actually have to go through quite a bit of work to get like an application password for Gmail and some of these other services to work. So I really like that. Funny story on the history of the storage dialog. I worked with Igor, who's, sometimes pops up in the community, and I had some really good feedback for him, and he had promised me this would be totally revamped for V12, and it is. Thank you for that, Igor. And then this type of thing this is one of those areas where I like to use the defaults. And with V12, the defaults will kind of take over. So this is like one of those improvements that are done for you, right? So I guess really in this order are my favorites, the way that Wolfgang has them.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Good stuff, Wolfgang. Thank you so much for sharing, and let's see if you get to 12. Next up is Edward X. Howard, one of our Veeam 100 members, and he's got a go off script here. What the heck is going on here? Maddie, talk to me about this.
So yeah, as you said, Ed is one of our MVPs. He wrote a script for people that work with Go. That's the Go Veeam Auth, an API authentication package for Go. And there is a link to his GitHub and the tutorial. So it's really good stuff. I watched it earlier on. And Go seems to be the C of the 21st century. And, you know, I've been studying JavaScript and I watched few tutorials on Python, but honestly, never checked the C or Go. So this article that he put together gave me the opportunity to make a bit of research. And thank you, Ed, for that. And you know what? I think Maurice and Ed are planning an event at Automation Desk, maybe talking about more about this subject. So I would just say stay tuned, check the Automation Desk, and let's see what's in it for it. But yeah, I think this is great. And after he posted this article, I think he has another one in the script library section. It's also a good script in there, good for all. So yeah, if you have the chance, go over it and see if that's useful for you if you are a Go user, especially.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I'll say about the video that he's got in here is like, you know, if you're just getting started with these types of things, watch Edward go through it. This is a lot more of a high touch handheld than just a GitHub script, right? This gives you some practical application on how you use it, where you use it, what you will do with these types of things. So this is good stuff, and I'm playing at 2x speed, and he sounds hilarious with the audio. So if you really want some entertainment, you could do that. But just to walk through and see a lot of it happen, you can do that with that video. Thank you so much for sharing, Edward X. Howard. And yeah, this one isn't in the Veeam Hub. This is in probably his that's his own GitHub. So thank you for sharing that today, Howard. Edward X. Howard. Next one up is actually a pick of mine. This one comes to us from Bertrand, who raised the visibility here in the cybersecurity space and talks about this really important ransomware strain that came out. And he's linking to one of the official French security service resources and also the VMware alert. But basically, there's a critical update that's out there. Let's see, for really the core vSphere stack. And I'm trying to figure out which version this would be. But chances are, if you're, here we go. Really a lot of the modern stack, you know, these are out there. So there's a KB out there to get updated, but really recommend that everybody check this out and get updated. This is the type of thing, Maddie, that, you know, we talk about ransomware a lot. I've used this language when I've been researching some of the things that the ransomware actors are doing. I call it big game hunting. Like the ransomware targets are going after the real big things, right? And going after the whole data center stack is a big thing. So this is an example of that. So big stuff.
Yeah, when it comes to ransomware and cybersecurity attacks, you know, like a general topic now, it's not unrelated. It is related to that, but it's not specific. You know, like there are some questions that are crossing my mind, like, you know, like is prevention alone enough? Is immutability really the last line of defense? How is ransomware changing nowadays? And where is it likely to go next? And what do you think about that? You know, like these are, I think, really important questions that everyone should ask themselves.
Yeah, and this actually becomes kind of an interesting application of the 3-2-1 rule and things like that, because I've said for a long time, forget this this ransomware matter right here, but never put your backups on the same source infrastructure as your production, right? You need something off of it. And a lot of people are liking tape. In fact, we got a online event coming up with Hin, Chris, and Vin, 2 Canadians and 1 American walk into a webinar. No, that's not a joke. It's a real topic. Why are we still talking about tape? And, you know, I think tape's that great media, like fully discrete copy out of an infrastructure, immutable copies in the cloud, you know, object storage devices, removable storages, all those things make a difference, right? You can't load it all up on a single platform stack, any hypervisor, you know, not, you know, VMware had this Nevada one kind of came up recently, but there have been plenty that go after Windows, which would include Hyper-V and other platforms as well. So yeah, we've got something coming up to talk about why we would still want to use tape. What's this about?
Well, I heard that the tape is getting back in trend with many companies that jumped into cloud without even knowing or without making some calculations, and then the costs, you know, like hit the roof. So now everyone is kind of going back, and also there are so many attacks as well, right? We just had the example earlier we were talking about, right? The article that Bertrand posts as well. So I think tape is still in the game, right?
You know, I want to hear this, because if I look at Chris and Hin's professional jobs, and then I know Vin quite well, I want to see what their point of view is on the field for tape. Yeah. I think that, first of all, I'll say this. Tape media is an absolutely undeniable, outstanding, amazing innovation of modern technology. It has come through many, many years and got cheaper, denser, more resilient. I mean, I've seen engineers at the tape brands like cut a little piece out and then use like tape from your desk to like tape it back together, and it all still works because it has like parity striped across. Yeah, it's really amazing what they've done. That being said, everyone has a story of how tape has let them down, right? I have some stories. I think my experience with tape was unique, but you know, nowadays I think there is absolutely a resilience of it. It's not dead. I'll definitely agree with that. But you know, especially cost-effective, immutable air gap solution. In fact, this is everyone. This is something that'll win you a bet, maybe get you a free drink at a bar. If you have, you know, if you're talking with somebody, you say, give me an example of a storage media that's offline, air gapped, and immutable all at the same time. A worm tape media, as far as I know, is the only one that can be all 3 criteria at once: offline, air gapped, and immutable, right? So in the portability, the acquisition cost, all of that is really strong with tape. So there's a lot of really good things about it. So yeah, we'll see what these 3 individuals have to say.
I'm looking forward to attend this event. So I think everyone should join this event on the 16th of February. But I have a question for you. What are you going to do on the 14th of February, Rick?
Well, I got this thing coming up, V12. If everyone hasn't heard, we have that mega razzle dazzle launch event. I love Veeam. I love our products, but I am so ready for this baby to be born. Okay. It's like, I feel like a mother who's been pregnant an extra month. Well,
wow.
Maybe a couple days. I don't know. Maybe maybe my wife might have some objections to that, but yeah, we've got this. This is going to be awesome. We got some customers on the call. We've got myself and Emily. We're going to do some demos. Got Danny. We've got Anton. We've got Anand, our CEO. So we got a lot of great resources. It's going to be awesome. So we got that coming up on the 14th, and you know, that's 2 days before the tape show. So I think maybe I'll move on and be ready for tape. But also, just to close the loop from last week, I forgot, we also have the recording from the Coop Corner show with Jeff and Michael. That replay is up. We'll definitely feature that.
That's available at Veeam YouTube official. So if you missed on that, just go and watch it whenever you have some time. That was a really good show where Jeff Burke and Michael K discuss new trends in Kubernetes world and cloud native. So like what is coming in 2023, and they had like a retrospective on last year. So that was very good conversation in there. So I suggest go and watch it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the playlist, but we have a playlist called
you should find it in the event playlist. It should be community events.
Community events playlist. I'm gonna add a link.
Usually comes first, I think.
Yeah. I am not logged in here. Let's go here. Let's do this. Create a playlist.
There you go. Community Hub events. That's the one.
The first one right here. Yeah, so this playlist here, so if you go back, all of the special things that we're doing in the Community Hub, we're going to, and I'll put a link up here. If it's this hard to find, I need a link. All of the ones that we do, we're going to put them up in here. So yeah, there's the most recent one. So definitely want to check that out because, oh, should I tell everybody? Let's just say we have some plans for something. Just leave it at that.
We do have plans.
Yes, plans it is. Everyone, as you know, every week, Madi puts this together and keeps us honest. So I really appreciate all the work, Madi.
As always, a pleasure. As I said, today I learned a new thing. I always do, but today more than other times because I was not familiar with this Go programming language. So that was fun to research.
Yeah, you do a good job of that. I think for you and Sophia both, who really kind of oversee everything that happens in the community. I've told you both as you go, you're gonna pick a little bit of this up as you go, and then you're gonna pick your own curiosity and find your own interests. So it's all part of my master plan, Madi. Just saying.
I like it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Madi, and everyone. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching episode 107.